certificate ceremony. ITPA was registered on the 1st July 2018. It currently represents 22 small and medium-sized tourism operators. These include inter alia, destination management companies, restaurants, leisure craft operators, handicraft traders, car rental companies, and tourist contractors. Few weeks earlier, ITPA, jointly with SME Mauritius, we organized the training workshop on tourism, hospitality, health, sanitary protocols, road safety, and defensive driving. The aim was to professionalize the service offered by our members in view of the full reopening of borders in Mauritius on the 1st of October 2021 as announced by the government. The tourism industry in the post-COVID-19 era will be as challenging as it will be aggressively competitive. We as tourist operators will need to acquire greater knowledge of the tourists of tomorrow and learn new skills to satisfy their changing needs. Thanks to the workshop, we are now able to provide exceptional customer service, demonstrate ability to measure customer satisfaction, grooming, and also measure the quality service that we offer to our valuable customers. The tourism industry in the post-COVID-19 era will be as challenging, so it's time for us to understand what is the new normal. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the tourism sector has come to a standstill. Understanding the pandemic and its implications to the tourism industry was crucial. Through this workshop, our members are now able to identify employer and worker responsibilities for working safely during COVID-19, demonstrate good hygiene, respiratory hygiene and physical distancing, recognize the signs and symptoms of COVID-19, understand the necessary requirements to fulfill our duties in the new normal. Our business depends a lot on transportation. Hence, being a responsible driver is not an option, but a must. We learn the standard driving practices and the required driving mechanics. The main objective is to reduce the risk of accident by anticipating hazardous situations, adverse conditions, and driving errors of others. Our drivers are now more conscious. We daily practice safe and defensive driving. This driving attitude is making a huge impact on our business and the quality of service we provide to our customers, as well as it helps to reduce road accidents and save us considerable amount of time and money. This ceremony complements the workshop. It is no doubt the most important event of our association this year. So, I would like to congratulate all the participants who have been part of this workshop, and it's a big day today because it's a dream comes true. So, I would like to thank SME Mauritius, and in particular the Honorable Mr. Goya, and also Mr. Devi, Mr. Ramposa, and Mr. Ismail. Also, I would like to thank the whole team of SME Mauritius who has been outstanding, and I would request a round of applause for all the SME team. I would also acknowledge key people who have made this workshop a success. The Managing Director of Tourism Business Intelligence, Mr. Sangram Sami, Mr. Randita Adaptu, Mr. Patador, Mr. Kuala Sami, Vice President of ITPA, Mr. Vinod Guapa, and the whole executive members who contributed together to make this workshop a success. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I would like to thank you all for being here and congratulations to the awardees. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sham. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. I would like to invite Mrs. Nureza Lalu, Ms. Tirupi to share her experience on the workshop. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I would like to thank this great day of training where we have learned about hospitality, how we contact with our client even the social distancing, to organize the ceremony. And this great day of training, I would like to thank all the trainers once again.
And now, integrity in tourism and Hapmilamin, to testify the slogans of ITPA and SME Mauritius. Now I would like to invite Mr. Eshan Liu to tell us about his experience on the workshop.
Bon après-midi tout le monde. L'honorable ministre Sylvie Sylvia, le membre de la SME, le président de l'ITPA, M. Richard Manin et M. Inel Kourapa, et tous les invités, les participants, les arrondis qu'on a communiqués. Pour commencer, laissez-moi remercier l'ITPA pour l'occasion et l'opportunité qu'il nous donne pour la formation qui nous fait gagner pendant un séjour. Et c'était vraiment une bonne expérience. Comme moi, il y en a beaucoup de nouveaux participants qui nous font vraiment apprendre beaucoup de choses. Et surtout, ça fait quand même 18 mois une bonne professionnelle dans le tourisme qui nous a l'arrêt. Et comme nous avons l'ouverture du frontière le 1er octobre, nous avons de ça. Et c'est pourquoi nous fait la formation. Nous avons la plateforme, c'est une bonne interaction avec une personne qui nous donne l'occasion de la formation. Et c'était vraiment très bien. Et mon premier camarade, c'est qu'il nous fait apprendre pendant la formation, nous fait tourisme hospitality, nous fait grooming et body language, nous fait fancy driving, road safety, tout ça. Et mon premier camarade, c'est qu'il nous fait faire, nous mettre ça en pratique. Et bien sûr, quand nous mettons ça en pratique, ça fait nous des professionnels, ça vous upgrade nous encore plus, et bien sûr, nous pouvons beaucoup plus productifs. Et chez ça, on va pas être trop long. Donc, vous remercie encore une fois la SME et l'ITPA et tout le monde, M. Salam Sami, le Pierre Vanita Lefou et le Pierre Gajator, de 16 ans, voilà, nous Sami, et tout le monde camarade participant. Et merci et félicitations encore une fois. Merci.
Thank you, Mr. Ishan. I now have the pleasure to invite the Managing Director of Tourism. I have the pleasure to invite Dr. Vanita Lefou to share a few words.
Hello everyone. Thank you for inviting me here and I'm happy to see you. Thank you, Honorable Minister Bola, for helping this happening. My testimonial is that I was really happy to share my knowledge with you. And what was awesome is that we learned through fun. We had a good laugh. You remember that, right? We learned through fun, and I just hope that whatever you have been learning, you've been acquiring, please practice it, put it in your life, and put it in your daily life, apply it. Don't let it go to waste. And remember, you are the only one who chooses how bright you want to shine. Once you become a master of yourself, you create the wow factor of your self-image. Keep shining bright. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this workshop owes its success to few people. One man who understood and graciously consented to the realization of this workshop, Mr. Robin Amperside. May I request you to say a few words.
Honorable SME Minister, Industrial Development, SMEs and Cooperatives, Mr. Levy, the Senior Chief Executive of the SME Ministry, Mr. Birengakumar Visuna, Chairman, SME Mauritius, Mr. Shalana, Mr. Buapa, Mr. Sam Amsani, Trader, Consultant, members of ITPA, members of the press, distinguished guests, good afternoon, and a very warm welcome to this ceremony where we're going to present certificates to all those who have followed the course that was conducted in such a brilliant way by a series of distinguished trainers from the sector, and which was led by Mr. Sam Hansani. It's indeed a pleasure for me to welcome you here. 18 months is a very, very, very long time in the life of an enterprise. And for the past 18 months, you have been vegetating, to say the least. You have not been able to work. There is a lot of misery that has been reported to SME Mauritius. The reason why we thought it was important for us to stand up, create something for you, mount a training course in order to prepare you to be at your best when borders reopen. I think by looking at what has been achieved today, we are sure that whatever investment we did with regards to time has been successful and has been successfully applied, and for the benefit of at least 75 people. Of course, there are many more outside who we would have helped had it been within our possibility, but at least we started with 75, and I hope that we have set the template for others to follow. 18 months, as I was telling you, is a very, very long time of misery. What we want you now is to go back to work. And on the 1st of October, with the opening of borders, you will have the opportunity to set yourself to that task. It's true, we have to be very grateful to authorities. Authorities have been supporting a lot of people during the pandemic and those who are suffering due to not being able to operate as they should. What is true is that there has been a lot of investment that has been made in support schemes, in support systems, the wage assistance scheme, and a series of measures that government has put in place in order to allay, in order to diminish the suffering of people. But you will also realize, and you are agreeable, that there is a lot of dignity in work, and people don't like to be supported. People like to work by nature. Therefore, I'm glad that you will be able, as from the 1st of October, to put into practice the talent that you have. We have to go back to where we belong. We have to go back to welcoming people, a contagious smile, second to none service, defensive driving, manners, goodwill, things that are going to add the small bits that make of the tourist experience something that he or she remembers. So the onus is on you. Year in, year out, the tourism industry has, for the past 10 years, brought us approximately 80 billion rupees. It's a lot of money for Mauritius. It represents approximately 22% of our GDP. Going to 25%, might be tomorrow 30%, because these are the only things that we have that nature has given us to sell as far as natural resources are concerned. The second natural resource that we have is yourselves, people. So that's why we thought that SME Mauritius would stand up besides you, create that opportunity for you with a host of very brilliant trainers. We have had 4 of them, and I wish to congratulate Sam for the effort that he's made in order to bring in only the very best from the industry in order to upgrade, update, reskill our people. It's not that you did not know it, it's that with time you lose the habit of doing it. Either you sink into monotony or you sink into wrong habits that you take by reaction. So it was important for us to rekindle, revive that desire of welcoming people back to Mauritius, because on your shoulders rests also the success of our country as a destination. So it's with great pleasure, pride, that I welcome you. I wish you the very best, and before I end, I would wish to thank not only the team that conducted the training, but those who took time to attend. There are 75 of you. This was conducted in a masterly way by the team at SME Mauritius, so thank you to Team SME Mauritius, expertly conducted by Ivana. We conducted it over 3 intensive days in all our centers, simultaneously with trainers moving during the day from one place to the other in order to get the maximum of people to benefit from the investment that was being made. So thank you for having made that effort along with us, and as much as we are proud, I think you should also be proud of yourself. I wish to thank my chairman, who was very understanding when we presented the project to him and who gave me his full support, and most of all the ministry with Mr. Devi, and mostly Honorable Sunil Vergola for his unflinching support to the project. So a big, big hand to yourselves and to everyone else.
Thank you, sir. This workshop is a first of its genre to be organized in favor of small and medium enterprises in the tourism sector. A training program of this scale needs the support and blessing of dignitaries. We are happy to have the Minister himself to celebrate this moment with us. So I have the pleasure to invite the Minister of Industrial Development, SMEs and Cooperative, the Honorable Sunil Vergola, to address the audience.
Merci. Mr. Devi, Senior Chief Executive Ministry, the Chairman and the CEO of SME Mauritius, the President and members of the Inbound Tourism Promotion Association, the trainers, participants and entrepreneurs, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my pleasure to join you at this certificate award ceremony. I want to first commend the entrepreneurs here today who have shown great tenacity amidst adversity. I would also like to acknowledge the important contribution of SME Mauritius in collaboration with the Inbound Tourism Promotion Association for the upskilling of our entrepreneurs to pick up again. Tourism continues to be one of the sectors hit hardest by the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the United Nations World Tourism Organization, tourist arrivals are estimated to have fallen 74% in 2020 compared to 2019. This decrease represents around 1 billion trips. According to an UNCTAD report, UNCTAD is United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, a report published on 30th June this year, international tourism and its closely linked sectors suffered an estimated loss of $2.4 trillion in 2020 due to direct and indirect impacts of a steep drop in international tourist arrivals. A similar loss may occur this year, the report warns, noting that the tourism sector's recovery will largely depend on the uptake of COVID-19 vaccines globally. Tourism is one of the main economic pillars of Mauritius, providing livelihoods to some 100,000 workers. Buzzing airport, fully booked hotels, resorts and guest houses, day-round activities at attraction parks and sites, round-the-clock calls made to travel agents and tour operators, proud guided tours of our island, shopping spree by foreigners at our local markets and boutiques, pleasure crafts happily riding our tourists in our coastal waters. This state of affairs was the lifeblood of all operators and individuals in this sector. A majority of tourism enterprises are micro, small and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs, of less than 50 employees. According to the International Labour Organization, in the global tourism sector, about 30% of the total workforce is employed in firms with 2 to 9 employees. Moreover, for every directly created tourism job, nearly 1.5 additional jobs are created on an indirect or induced basis. COVID-19 has affected the whole world at its core, causing a major disruption to the tourism industry. We feel your pain. We are in it together. We reckon that the blow is harder to SMEs. Government has been quick to acknowledge the specific circumstances of SMEs and has put in place policies to support them, whether to address liquidity by deferral payments, more financing plans to strengthen SME resilience, measures to avoid the consequences of unorganized layoffs, and other structural policies. These general SME measures have also been accessible to SMEs in the tourism sector. Ladies and gentlemen, after almost 2 years of struggling, the global rollout of vaccines has now boosted hopes for recovery, even though challenges remain. International travel will not likely to return to pre-COVID levels anytime soon. Mauritius has taken a practical and progressive approach towards reopening of its borders. The health and safety of our travelers remains our top priority. Compared to where we were a year ago, we now have clearer knowledge of the virus and its transmission mechanism, a wider variety of stronger testing options, and more robust tracing capabilities. There is greater confidence. There is hope. It is with this spirit that we look forward to the reopening of our borders on the 1st of October this year. We all agree that being back to business will no longer be the same as it would be before the pandemic. New normal, new world, new skills. Sanitation and social distancing measures will continue to play a role in our lives as the virus is brought under control. The trend towards digital and contactless technologies will keep on accelerating. Business that has struggled through the pandemic will be looking for fresh ideas and skills to guide them into recovery when the economy picks up again. The tourism sector will always require professionals who excel in skills that forms the backbone of the industry, such as customer service, culinary, food and beverage, or management skills. As we struggle to revive our tourism industry in the wake of the coronavirus crisis, skills are emerging as a deciding factor for recovery. The pandemic has accelerated the shift in how people and businesses connect with one another by pushing the boundaries of remote working, remote learning, and remote experiences. In a world where visitors are not constrained by physical boundaries, travel is no longer just about meetings or sightseeing, but the unique suite of experiences that it offers to visitors from pre-arrival to post-departure. The next bound of growth for the tourism sector will come from creating quality end-to-end experiences to meet the needs and expectations of travelers. To deliver on these expectations, it is crucial that professionals in the tourism sector be well equipped with the required knowledge and skills. Hence, I fully welcome the idea of training for the upskilling of our entrepreneurs in the industry. It is gratifying to know that some 75 participants comprising of tour operators, travel agents, and even taxi drivers have been part of this training organized by SME Mauritius in collaboration with the Inbound Tourism Promoters Association. I am informed that the training was carried out simultaneously in the 3 outstations of SME Mauritius, namely at Rosebel, Belair, and Woodlands from the 17th to the 20th of August 2021, that means this year. Hospitality trends, health, hygiene and sanitary protocols, communications and customer care were among the modules proposed for the training. I think that the training session is proof that when different organizations and entrepreneurs come together for the purpose of rebuilding and consolidating the resilience of our SMEs can be improved. I am totally of such partnerships which uplift each other in these testing and tough times. Looking ahead, the measures put in place today will shape tourism of tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, in the near term, there will still be headwinds. But we remain committed to supporting our tourism sector to help our businesses and workers build new capabilities and break new ground. We know that the technical and vocational education and training, TVET, has always been considered the main pillar in providing the labor market with skilled workers in different sectors, and particularly in the tourism sector. It must also be acknowledged that TVET and skills development programs are well placed to play a major role during and post-COVID-19 pandemic. As you are aware, since August 2018, the SME employment scheme is in place. While the initial objective was a placement of 1,000 graduates, SME Mauritius has since inception placed 1,500 graduates and some 400 diploma holders in small and medium enterprises. A monthly stipend of 14,000 rupees to graduates and 10,200 rupees to diploma holders, respectively, is paid by SME Mauritius. SMEs can benefit from 1 graduate and 1 diploma holder. The SME employment scheme has just been extended to June 2022. Moreover, to bridge the skills gap and further reduce unemployment among youth, we will also enlist MQA approved holders of TVET level 3 qualifications in plumbing, electrical, culinary skills, beauty therapy, hairdressing, automotive mechanics, and electronics, amongst others, to be placed in SMEs. Just as diploma holders, TVET trainees will be paid a monthly stipend of 10,200 rupees. I would strongly appeal to both SMEs, especially those involved in the tourism sector, and qualified vocational qualification holders to enroll for this program, which is expected to be in place as from mid-October next. Ladies and gentlemen, as we push forward in 2021, the challenge that lies ahead is not recovery within this year or even next year, but how Mauritius will prepare for long-term success and reinvent global travel. We look forward to working closely with you to not only overcome the current challenges of reopening our borders safely for travelers, but to reimagine and reinvent the tourism industry post-pandemic. The present era will open up more avenues for sustainability and digital revolution. While there will be challenges, there are also many opportunities that we can seize. If we come together as a nation, we can achieve anything. Unity is key if we want to heal fast. On this note, let me convey my appreciation to all entrepreneurs who believe in our support mechanism and are willing to work together, hand in hand, to overcome underlying challenges. Congratulations to all the participants. Thank you for attention.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed to the giving away of certificates to our very well-deserved awardees. So we request all awardees to remain seated. We will call your name one by one to come in front and accept your certificates. For the certificate distribution, I would like to request the Honorable Sunil Dekrola to please come and deliver the certificates to some of our awardees. May I request Mr. Bishamana to come and accept the certificates. Please to come and accept Mr. Ravi Shankar Sibaran. Mrs. Kamla Barat Kerpen. Mr. Prithviraj Ugav. Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Mr. Ravi Prasad, please, to come in front and deliver the certificate. Chetanand Ovisifala Abadu. Mrs. Priti Dilu. Mr. Prithviraj Ven. Mr. Dhiraj Ochit. Ms. Krishti Balgodin, Mr. Mohammed Eshan Bidu, Mr. Chan Hassan Hiden, thank you, sir. Now I have the pleasure to invite the chairman, Mr. Suleiman, please to come in front and deliver the statement. Mr. Rajesh Kumar Puduna, Mr. Bhavish Raj Ishan Malwa, Mr. Krishan Anna, Mr. Rishi Sitaram, Mr. Rishi Raj, Mr. Hamad Nasir Hunan, thank you, sir. I would like to invite Mr. Devi, please come in front and deliver the statement. Mr. Anand Rajkumar Bidu, Mr. Dushan Rambo, Mr. Dharmendra Dogi, Mr. Mahendra Lal Bisun, Mr. Mahendra Lal Bisun, Mr. Lekraj Rambulam, thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Mr. Vishal Khanna to come in front and deliver the statement. Mr. Vanyu Chandra Singh, Mr. Vikan Jaikisan, Mr. Bala, now then up. Mr. Gino Luka. Thank you, Mr. Bishop. Congratulations to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of ITPA and SME Mauritius, we thank you for your presence, and now we have the pleasure to invite you for your refreshment. Thank you very much.